Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're joining us from. Welcome to Itchy Painty, the miniature painting live stream by Resident Evil fans for Resident Evil fans. I am Michael, aka Itchy. Joining me today, as always, is my illustrious co-pilot James, aka Tainty. And today we're working on this creature. James, what is this creature?
This is a hook horror. It's
Hook
the bane
horror.
of a lot of low level D&D party. I included myself. I've been a victim of this creature. When I first started playing D&D, this is why this thing has such a big part of my life, is because my very first D&D campaign, like 8-9 years ago, where I was a player. Shocker. Yeah,
never happened.
never happened again. Yeah, we went up against 3 of these, and
What the fuck
we got
awful
absolutely.
person did that to you?
Well, he's a good friend, but sometimes friends turn into different people when they become DMs. And I think that day he chose violence, and he put 3 up against us. And they're basically like I think the regular kind of enemy that people think about when it comes to low level party killers is like bugbears
Hobgoblin,
or owlbears. Yeah, hobgoblins are a good one too because very hard to hit them, right? But these ones are up there. You put these guys against the low level team, they're gonna have a rough time.
Gonna get a body bag.
Yeah, exactly. They're really hard to hit. They're really fast and they hit really hard.
Yeah, you got
all of the nasty things you don't want.
hook
really.
hands. I saw this model and thought Tyranids.
Yeah,
So
totally.
that's part of where my brain is at in terms of my call. I am going to be Tyranids. I am going to use a. Do I have one handy? A color shift paint, I think. No, I don't. Wait. I do. I'm gonna use this one here over my plates, which I'm going to paint this color. So as mentioned last week, this week is studying big contrast, and how just using big contrast and blocking out your areas of your model really well can do a lot to help kind of get the model past that initial hot garbage phase and into something that looks a little more complete. So my high contrast start is I'm going to be using these 2 colors here. Actually, not that one. I'm going to be doing the pink one. I'm going to be doing Ishtar Pink and Moonray Flash as a
Oh,
pale.
look at that. I'm going to go with Screamer Pink.
Yeah.
Again.
Hell yeah.
As like the flesh tone?
Yes. And as we can see when we get into this model closely, let me just adjust that a bit and turn off my light.
Oh, I forgot to bring my water in. 1 second.
Same. That's why we started late today. Partly. So yeah, I have my handy dandy wet palette here. I'm going to be using it. I also bought a brush at PAX that I'm going to be trying. This is a neat little mini painting brush that unscrews itself, and the little tiny nib comes out. Boop. Ta-da. Which is pretty neat.
What color are you going with for the hooks?
Bone.
You just go... Yeah.
It's gonna be boner hooks.
I think mine is gonna be base Rakar Flesh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I'm gonna highlight it with Dawn Yellow.
That's a good yellow too. I like it.
If we can, if I get that far.
I think we'll be. I think we'll get further than when we think we will, especially because of we've been doing this for a while. The nice thing.
Wait, what's that paintbrush you got?
This is my new paintbrush. This is what I just mentioned.
What is that?
This right here is so it's a paintbrush. I bought it at PAX, and it is it changes its nibs.
Oh, it's like a Swiss Army paintbrush.
So you can just like buy new nibs for it, and they're cheaper than buying a whole brush. and then it actually shows you the size that you can adjust it to. They only have a 2, which is this one, and then a 0 now, but it's still pretty neat, I
Yeah, I
think.
like that. I like it a lot. How much was it?
It was like $18,
Oh,
and it came with the nib, but it's all aluminum too. I just don't like it because it's synthetic and they're not my favorite brushes, but
right.
I'm trying to
That's
be
valid.
less prejudiced against them. All
Hey
brushes.
Sherry, hey Muzu and Shoji, by the way.
Oh
Sorry,
shit.
I missed you
Oh,
guys.
I didn't see them in chat. My chat is scrolled down. Let me make the window big.
I wonder, I wonder what DM I'll be when I try to do it. I just being fair, just be a
Yeah,
fair DM. Like,
I
and also, I feel like when you start DMing, there's always the worry that you're gonna kill, or or the enemies are gonna be
it's
too, like, they're
yeah,
gonna be too easy, and it's like, you know, if you ever feel as a new DM like your fight is going a little bit too hard or it's going a little bit too soft, then either subtract or give HP or subtract give damage.
right.
Like you don't need to tell the players.
I'll say this. This may make me a bad DM. I don't care. Controversial opinion. I have told parties like if I'm a DM and I'm like, all right, I know that James has like 5 hit points left right now, and if this attack hits, James is gonna straight fucking die.
Yep.
Um, so I've whiffed attacks that would kill players if it was an inky, like because my role
Yeah,
as a DM,
I've done that too.
like I always feel like my role as a DM is to facilitate the fun, and
Hmm.
and like yeah, dying happens, and there's sometimes where you can't like fudge the numbers, like obviously. Um,
Yeah.
but like generally speaking, like in that moment, if James had died and I hadn't whiffed that one attack, um, like that would have been a TPK without question. Just
Yeah.
because of the
Oh my
utility.
god,
Yeah.
Burger, you've ruined my fun. I cannot believe.
Some people are enjoy that aspect of it.
I enjoy pain.
Oh, that's valid. You know what? I'm so sorry, James. I'm so sorry to
No, but
take that away from you.
I've like I have a rule when it comes to fudging stuff. I tend to only ever fudge stuff 1 to 2 times per game.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Because sometimes the numbers can be unfair.
Yeah.
They can be.
Oh, totally. Especially in situations where there's like a reoccurring bit. I had
Mm,
a game once where I had players walking through a magic forest, and that magic forest constantly would respawn enemies, um, which was cool because then they'd like remember where enemies were when they made it to an area again.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and then they discovered the code after I told it to them,
I
and
wonder
it
who
was
that
fun. I
was.
wonder who that was. That was a fun D&D game I had.
We were so fucking lost. Like we were until we finally realized it took like 3 fucking sessions.
It did. It was so funny too. They spent 3 fucking 6 hours lost in the
You
Konami
you
for it,
want to
but
know how evil Bergs is as a DM?
I wouldn't say that was necessarily evil so much as
No, no.
like come on, that was fun. That was fun for everybody at the table. The only part that wasn't fun is when y'all like realized what the code was
You mean when we cracked your code?
when you cracked it.
That's when it wasn't fun for you.
No, it was the whole time was fun for me. I was tickled
Yeah,
the entire time.
it was a good time.
um, it's funny. I remember the one player Steve was like, "Hey, Parker, you can go like eat a dick right now. Like, come on." Um, and the way I made that too was like I had there was a map person on Patreon I subscribed to where all of his maps were um like he would have a path with like a fork in a road, and then he would release like 6 versions of it,
Mm,
like different seasonal versions, and then day and night. And I was
mhm.
able to rotate those maps, and then like flip them backwards to kind of like create this sense of normalcy versus. Oh man, managing that was super hard too. It was fun. It's fun though. I enjoyed it.
I do remember, like, I wondered what you were doing at that point because I was sitting there going, I want to help. What's happening? you know. Prefer natural hairbrushes too. I haven't used them for minis, but I just find they hold the paint better. They definitely do.
Yeah, they do.
They definitely
100%.
do. I synthetic brushes still no synthetic brush I have has beat the flow and control of a natural hairbrush
Oh,
um,
absolutely.
that you can get. There's a reason why they're only £8 for a pack.
Right. Absolutely.
Hey, Netro.
Netro.
Netro, what do you think? Oh, wait, you've probably seen the status actually, because I know Netro is a Warhammer fan.
I think the news is
What do you
great.
what do you think these are, Netro?
What do they look like?
I'm very curious what you think.
Yeah, I wonder what Netro thinks they are. It's probably going to be absolutely accurate because Netro is the.
yeah. I got myself one of those Citadel holdy things this week.
Yeah. Do you hate it yet?
I do. Yeah. Like I used it. I literally got it because I forgot my dowel. Hang on, let me show you my dowel. This thing. This is a dowel from a project I was doing, and I've just put white tack on top of it.
Yep.
And I just used that, right? But I forgot it when I went to the hospital this week, and I was like, God, shit. Okay, maybe now's the time.
You went and you spent like 30 pounds.
7. I spent
It's not too
£7.
bad. That's not too bad.
Yeah, but it was a tiny one.
Oh, yeah, so
It
it
was
doesn't
like a
fit the
small one.
base.
Yeah, for 28 to 32 mils, right? It only fit the surprisingly, it only fit the mushroom base, which is a really tiny base, by the way. It's 28 mil base.
Yeah, on a giant fucking monster.
It makes no sense.
It's cool. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, I used it on the Arcanists as well. It worked well for them, but again, it kept slipping out sometimes. It's annoying.
It's such a problem.
Yeah. His forearms, are they bony? They look like they got veins in them.
So what I'm doing is I'm ending my skin tone at the base of the claw, and I figure that this right here will be some like combination of both. But I do want to paint the bone in first because it looks like, if anything, it's bony first and then skin over it. Right? It just looks like a bat wing
Oh, I
almost. You know
see.
what
So
I
you're
mean?
doing all the. You'll see. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get what you mean.
I'm doing all the skins. I'm doing all the skin tones.
All the skins.
Um, so in the U.S. when you're playing a pickup game of something, it's usually like shirts and skins where people take their shirts off and play.
Oh, I've
Um,
never heard of that.
yeah. What do they determine? Like if you're like neighborhood ball game, like and you just like grab some people, like how do
Bulldog.
you bulldog?
It's well, it used to be. Now it's illegal here. Yeah. If you needed something decided, like because community thing, you used to play Bulldog, which is literally 2 lines of people about I would say 50 feet apart, and then everybody would yell Bulldog, and you would just run at each other. And if you fell on the ground, you stay on the ground. Right?
I
You
love
can't
this
hit, you
game.
can't punch people. You just shoulder check them. Right? I was very good at this game.
We had a similar game called Red Rover
Oh
where
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
like
I've
linked
heard it be
hands
called
and you
that
had to
too.
break through somebody's hands.
Yeah,
Then kids started getting hurt from it.
yeah. That's why it became illegal here. Because it's like, yeah, people were starting to get broken bones and shit.
They do look like Tyranids. That's correct.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking you might say that. Um, yeah, this is a hook horror, and it's a really good representation of a hook horror.
Yeah,
That
it is.
Steamforged have done.
Yes, I agree. It's like it's like they didn't at all intend for these minis to just be used for D&D games.
Yeah.
Not like it was the intention even a little bit.
No, not even a little bit. Cough, cough. Got Matt Mercer to make a story. Cough. Um, I remember Bulldog. Yeah, it was pretty intense, and I wouldn't say it wasn't fun, but again, I was always a big kid, so I was very good at that game.
James was a chunky boy.
Yeah, I was a bit. I was. It's more. I was wide, right? Because my shoulders are really broad, so I was always the first person that a school would pick for rugby or like being a defender or a goalkeeper or something like that. Um, yeah. So like games like Bulldog. There was another one. So we had. I think we played dodgeball for like half a year as well, but that again was dangerous. So
Dodgeball.
it was yeah. So it
Dodgeball was
was
dangerous.
dodgeball is dangerous, yeah, because people would because what would happen is that people would have their glasses on and you get hit in the face
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah,
your
yeah,
glasses get
yeah,
broken.
yeah.
So then parents would complain, I need to pay 200 plus pounds for a new set of glasses for my kid.
What about NHS? Doesn't NHS take care of that shit?
Not if you earn above a certain bracket. So
Damn.
if you back then it was less strict than it was now. But up to, actually, I forgot to mention this. I was going to talk to you about this. So I recently got new glasses, and actually, we might have spoken about it. But the way the opticians work now are really shit. So if you have like, if you have like a low income or whatever, they don't give you glasses for free. They give you a voucher,
And so you need to
and
go buy
depend.
glasses somewhere.
So you have to well, you get a voucher while you're in the opticians, and the optician has control on how much they give you with the voucher.
Hmm.
You see how that couldn't be used badly at all?
Not even a little bit.
So what opticians do now, is that basically they will try and sell you the most expensive glasses, but then we'll like take things off it, like a feature say, oh, these are our most expensive frames. They'll last you the longest, but we're going to take anti-glare off because that will go over the voucher. By the way, this voucher is only like 20-30 pounds, right? So they'll say, so with this, you'll have to pay an extra £50 on top of your voucher.
The fuck?
You know,
The
thing is,
fuck?
you've already chosen your glasses. You've already chosen what your frames are. It's going through the system already. It's fucked up.
That's so
So you
wild.
have to basically look at the cheapest that you can, or that look the cheapest,
That's wild.
and then you go over and say, "Yes, I want these."
That's
Never, if you go into an optician's, unless it's Vision Express, people who live in the UK, unless it's Vision Express, if you don't ever ask for help, don't ever ask for help in opticians. They used to be good. They're complete trash now.
good to know. I will never ask for help at an optician's office in the UK.
In the UK, it's opticians and dentists which are really bad here.
That's why dental care in the UK is notoriously terrible.
Yeah. and
I know the memes and where they
they're
come from.
all angry. All dentists are upset because they couldn't be the doctor that their mama wanted them to be. So they get really, really upset with you, and meanwhile they're drilling your teeth or doing whatever they're doing to your teeth, and they've just got like a face of fire on them while they're doing that. It's not anxious inducing at all while they're doing that.
Not even a little bit.
I've never
Not a
had a
little
good
bit.
dentist. I've never had a good dentist who like it's just had a nice sunny disposition, you know,
I had a
just a nice.
I did though. I had a dentist that was really cool. One of my favorite memories of this dentist um, was he had done a root canal for me, and like about 6 to 8 months later, I had to go get another one done. And he's like in my mouth, and he goes, "Oh wow, like whoever did this root canal did a great job. Like that was great work. This is a really great root canal." And I was like, when he stopped, I was like, "Hey, that was yours." Oh, well, that makes sense then.
Do you think he knew, or do you think he was just being?
I think good dentists the thing about here is because everything is private insurance, like the good places fill up. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah, that's
So
fair.
like, um, when you just have so many like your patient load stays full. So like if I hadn't seen him in a few months, so like I imagine he got a briefing of like what was going on, but in terms of like whether or not he knew me personally, I'm not upset that he didn't. He ended up remembering because like you get to chatting, and I make friends wherever I go.
Yeah, because you're a
Because
friendly person.
we talked it about travel, and he's like, oh, you're the travel one.
You're the travel guy.
Yeah,
Red Rover, send burger right over. Is that what you?
that was the terminology used. By the rules of the game, I am now obliged to fucking wreck Choji's arms.
Oh, right. Okay.
By the rules of the
Did
game,
you
obligated
did
to.
you used to did you used to do this thing where you used to give people dead legs and dead arms?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't used to do it
I mean, I
because
didn't do it like aside from the fact that like when I
unless
was
someone
in,
did it to me.
well, yeah. So well, the other thing is too is like in ROTC, you know, you learn how to stand right.
It's an
Um,
OTC.
it's military school.
Okay.
But yeah, effectively speaking, it's propaganda tool.
Okay.
But you learn how to like stand and march, and one of the things to standing and marching that you have to learn early is that if you lock your knees, you'll fall over. Like you'll
Oh
like.
yeah, you'll fall unconscious.
So we would dead leg cadets that we saw doing that, just to like show them like why it was bad. We did it for
I will
their
be right back
benefit.
real quick.
Sure,
Sorry.
do your thing. We did that shit for their benefit. I mean, if I can. Bold statement. Bold statement. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Sorry, my kitchen sink was yelling at me
Why was your kitchen sink yelling at you?
because I've got a. I think we've spoken about this before. Again, deja vu. I've got a gammy tap. I think the washer is going on it, and I am not a good plumber.
I am not a plumber at all. That's why I hire plumbers.
Right. Um. If you can wreck my arms, oh, it's a challenge.
Oh, I'm not at all worried about it.
I was the tallest. I was the tallest one in my year. So I used to, but I was also like the most shy
The gentle
in my year
giant.
in school. So I used to get people who they literally just used to ninja leg me. Like they would run through the corridor, see my giant thighs,
And
and
just
just
want a
knee
piece
them.
of them. Want a piece of those thighs.
They just wanted a piece of my meaty thighs.
They were pretty meaty, James.
My thighs, honestly, if I was proud of a part of my body, it's my butt and it's my thighs. I have good legs.
Yeah, same. It's all that walking that we do.
Yeah. It's like I used to bike a lot. I used to use my bike a lot everywhere.
Why don't you use your bike
So
anymore?
because the place I live in is it's like a fucking roller coaster in terms of terrain. It's hell to bike around. I still have my bike, but it's like all but ruined now. But where I used to live, it was at the bottom of a valley, and it was so cool to cycle around. Because it was like gentle slopes. It wasn't where I live now, which is all up and down, all over the fucking place.
Up and then down, and then up and then down, and then up and then down.
Yeah, exactly. You get it.
I do get it.
But yeah, I used to cycle 6 miles every day to what? No, 8 miles every day because it was four each way.
Oh, dang.
And so I had like
Was it
legs
uphill
of
both
steel.
ways?
No, because no. It was because I used to live in the valley. There's just one big hill, and then the rest of it is pretty much plain sailing.
No, it's a meme, James.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
a meme here in the States. Like, you know, our parents used to complain, like, back when I was your age, we had to go uphill both ways in the snow. What is my opinion of the Amazon Warhammer 40k news?
Yeah.
There's a very famous board game designer named Isaac Childress who recently shipped Frosthaven. Who said like I'm excited, but I'm also kind of tired of like long form TV shows. Like just give me a movie, and just make it a punchy movie. And I think that Warhammer 40k, rather Warhammer as a concept, in its story execution works better in that format than it does as a long form program. Like
Yeah.
I need vignette glimpses and not like unless the show is going to be Gaunt's Ghost, and it won't be.
What's that?
Gaunt's Ghost is one, in my opinion, one of the best character-driven story arcs in Warhammer. It follows the tale of the Tanith First and Only. It was of a brigade of scouts. The first brigade of scouts from the forest planet of Tanith, which is known for these giant um, these giant forests that are innavigable. So like um, these scouts were trained to be like they were a really great scout regiment, and they're led by a commissar general or commissar colonel um, named Gaunt, and they called themselves the Ghosts because they're the last remnant. Like, as they were like founding and leaving Tanith, Tanith fell to chaos and was exterminated. So there's never going to be another. So yeah, it's just a story of this like person, like this one man trying to hold together this regiment. He's just trying to get them a new home because he has rights of conquest, which is like an archaic right given to him, so that if he takes a planet, he gets first say as to like he can choose
Yes,
that
dibs.
planet. Yeah, he gets dibs on settling his men there.
I
Um,
see.
it's written by an author named Dan Abnett. They're fantastic storylines. And even those are kind of just like vignettes of individual missions that they do.
Isn't there a Warhammer 40k TV where they have a bunch of these little like
They
stories?
do.
And like they're not like they're not like really big productions. They're more like slideshows. But
Yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff. There's one called Astartes that was still on YouTube if you haven't seen it. It's
is that the one
abs.
where it's the guy getting dressed up in his armor?
No, this is a whole thing of like it's basically a Space Marine mission of them like capturing an orb. That dude got hired by G-Dubs.
Ooh.
Um, so it might not even be on YouTube anymore, like to that level
Yeah.
of. But you like again, after we're done today, look up Astartes on YouTube and just watch it. It's fucking unreal. It really shows you how terrifying Space Marines can be.
That's this is why I want to play. I want to play the new Space Marine game.
It looks so good. The old one is fantastic.
Yeah.
And runs on anything, James. You can even
The
run
only
on
way I can see it
potatoes.
being a solid series is if they focused it as the game kill team.
Yeah, I mean that's basically kind of what Gaunt Ghost is, right? It's individual objectives, like small scale. Yeah, it'd have to be. I really want it to be a vignette series, though.
If
Just give me the show called give me a show called Grim Dark, and it's like the Twilight series, the Twilight Zone of like stories from 40k. Because then you
and
can
they use
shop
the
out
Twilight
the
series, I was thinking, can you imagine 40k in Stephanie
so
Meyer world? Oh my goodness, the worst.
yeah, the Twilight Zone series. So like think about it this way. So you have Grimdark, and it's hosted by Henry Cavill.
Mm.
And then they can do like Love, Death, and Robots, and you fucking
Yeah, I like that.
part out like the individual stories to different companies. And you give them the IP. There's like probably like stuff that you can include, but it gives these hungry directors, these hungry fans, a way to express their love for the IP. It doesn't even have to be live action. I also feel like a um, live action Warhammer would be challenging. Um, it'd need to be like live action plus, kind of like the Disney stuff is.
It'd be it would be so expensive as well. Like it's not like Warhammer can't afford it,
Right.
but like can they afford it over a series, like in maybe
So
seasons?
what the thing about that is too, is the series like invest in stuff. There's a big part of the reason that like Firefly didn't get re-upped is because they broke that they got rid of the set, like the Firefly set.
Oh,
Just because
that's yeah.
it's an expensive piece.
Hmm.
Um, it's a big part of the you can't do a show without it, but they'd already like gotten rid of it. Um,
Sad.
so stuff like that happens in TV all the time. But yeah, that's what I think it should be. I think it should be like a series of vignettes that are like take place and you have Cavill there to just like lead them in. Like and this story takes place on the 35th millennium of like this thing in this sector where these like noble blood angels fight against the Tyranid wave. Um,
Yeah, kind
and
of
then
similar to the way that the Halo TV series was done. If anyone's seen that,
I haven't. It's also on
um,
Amazon, right?
um,
No, it was on CBS. That's why I haven't seen it.
for you guys, I think it's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the Halo TV series is like that. It's mainly about a squad of Spartans, including Master Chief.
Yeah. It's
Um,
before Reach, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's before the fall of Reach. I did know that.
but there's still at war with the Covenant.
Right.
Um,
I mean the like Spartan thing was one of their last like they were
right.
originally working on it to be anti like peacekeeping,
Yeah,
but like super soldiers are super soldiers. One of my favorite parts of the lore for Halo that you don't really get to see a lot in the video games is just how terrified the Covenant are of Master Chief.
yeah,
They call him a demon.
yeah. It's that's kind of conveyed in the TV series.
That's cool.
I would defend this TV series, by the way, until the end of the end of the earth. I think Halo fans were extremely harsh on this show.
It's because it wasn't what they
Uh,
wanted, right?
right. Yeah.
Like people have really clear
Um,
expectations for what they want out of it, and that's ultimately speaking what I think going to be the problem with um, the Warhammer
Warhammer.
show is going to be. Yeah, like it's just not what
Yeah.
people want, so they're just going to be mad.
People be mad. Internet be mad.
Nerds on the internet are going to get mad
Oh my goodness. Like
about
much
whatever,
better things to be mad about.
like the state of the world.
Yeah. Small areas, a handful of characters. Yeah, I think that's what you're both saying. Like I think it's a good idea, especially in a world that's so. Because that's the problem with 40k. I think we're new. Like coming from somebody who doesn't know an awful lot about 40k, other than being
It's
inundated
so
for 8 hours of Warhammer
impenetrable.
World.
Yeah.
Like it would be very, very intimidating for anybody to walk into, like the world of or the universe of 40k. So like putting it into a state like you guys are saying, where it's like this very quick fire kind of like story that we can connect ourselves to with this squad
I have
of
a cool
people
idea
would
for
be
how a kill team game would be fun to play too.
yeah.
It'd be weird because you need asymmetric teams. You need the capacity for like asymmetric multiplayer. So, for example, you take 5 or 6 Imperial Guardsmen against a squad of 3 Space Marines. Actually, probably more than that. Probably like, but you'd have to coordinate. You have to find a way to like balance that. Um, in terms of gameplay purposes.
I would
I
love to
want
see
to point something out here
I,
real quick, James. I
mhm.
think let's take a look here and see what James is doing um, on his
Okay.
mini because it looks fucking dope. Look at that.
So we got so yeah, we're going with Screamer Pink. And I'm almost done with all the flesh, and then we're gonna get started with Rackar flesh on the bones.
And the
The
bones.
bones!
I'm painting my bones burgundy.
Burgundy?
Yes, James.
I am Ron Burgundy? You can't say that and me not I will always do that, you know?
I know. I know. It's just
So
like when I
it's
say, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
the weekend.
It's still funny every time.
As every time.
Every time.
But I tell you, he probably doesn't find it funny. Everybody else.
Doesn't matter. All that matters is that we find it funny. Um, it's like my dad's jokes used to come into the room. He'd be like, "Give me any word you want." I'll say any word you want in Spanish, and he'd be like, "I don't know, Dad. Car." He'd be like, "El carro," and he'd leave.
Jesus.
He would just like say that, and I would walk out of the
Oh,
room.
oh, Burger Dad.
Um, Karski,
Ooh.
if you ask him to say a word in Russian.
In Russian.
Yeah.
What about Italian?
I don't remember.
Cario.
It was it was generally speaking just the is usually either French or sorry, not French, Spanish or Russian.
See, French is hard to do because the English language has borrowed a lot of stuff from the French. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. That could quickly go wrong with the wrong crowd.
Right, yeah. He would just do it in front of friends. Gladly not ones that had never been over before. But like it's usually like if we just had like 5 or 6 people over and everybody's just vibing. This is when he would do it.
Why is the Barbie song on my Spotify?
Because the trailer for the movie just came out and you watched it 10 times?
I didn't. I haven't watched it at all. There we go. Taylor Swift anti-hero. That's more like it.
With Tay Tay.
A little bit of Tay-Tay.
A little bit of Tay Tay.
I just love the chorus. This is hello, hi, hello. I'm the problem. It's me, or something like that. It's like, yeah, I can relate to that.
God, Tay Tay. Why are you speaking straight to my soul again? Why are you hurting me?
Would you, if Tay-Tay went to a Starbucks, what do you think she would order?
I mean, I imagine she would never go to a Starbucks on her own.
Okay, she sent one of her PAs to Starbucks.
She sent a PA to Starbucks. What's the Starbucks order?
Yeah.
Probably a frap of some kind.
I'm thinking that too.
Probably sugar-free frap. She's got an image to maintain.
Sugar-free, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
2 pumps of caramel, though.
I've always wanted to go into a coffee place and say, 1 pump this, 2 pumps that, half a pump that.
I just don't have it in me. I don't have that kind of energy.
I don't know what to say.
You'd have to be a real piece of shit to do that to a barista.
I just don't know what to say. So instead, I go to like Costa, which is like a comparative coffee store here, to Starbucks. We still get Starbucks, but Costa is like way more successful here.
Yeah, so Starbucks sucks.
But yeah, I'd be like, I just like, yeah, can I have a cortado, please? Thank you. Yeah, is that to go? Yep.
What the fuck is?
I'm a basic bitch. It's like
it's like an ice cream
how like most lattes are like 80% milk.
Yeah.
A cortado is less milk.
Oh.
But it's still kind of a latte because there's a lot of milk in it.
That's what latte stands for. Latte milk. Thank you. I'll be here all night.
What do you think? Speaking of Starbucks / Costa orders, what do you think my last order from Costa was?
Your last order from Costa? It's probably a cortado.
It wasn't. No, it was a white hot chocolate.
White hot chocolate? You just drink milk?
No, it was a. I don't know how they done it.
Don't know how they done it.
Do you guys have white chocolate over there?
We have white chocolate. Yeah, it's just fucking ass.
Oh no, white chocolate is amazing.
White chocolate is the worst chocolate. It is objectively speaking the worst chocolate.
Do you know what?
What's that?
I'm gonna give you that because you're from the US and you have trash chocolate. So
I'm talking. I've been to Europe. I've had good chocolate in Europe. I'm still saying
I've been to the Europe.
I've been to Belgium where they invented chocolate.
Yeah, you need to come to England.
Why would the English have better chocolate than the Belgians?
Because we just do.
You don't, though. You don't. Not better than the Belgians.
A white hot chocolate. Like I mean, not being a dick. Like I prefer dairy milk, like chocolate to white chocolate, right? But a white hot chocolate, like, is better than just a regular hot chocolate. Like it's so nice. It's so, I don't know what it is. I've been, every time I've been going into hospital this week, I've been like trying a different like thing from the Costa menu.
James is doing
so far.
Again.
So far, the cortado is my favorite, but white hot chocolate is my second favorite.
How's your mom doing, by the way? If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, that's fine. We're still up in the air about that. She's getting a couple of tests today. No, I won't talk about that. There's a couple of things that we've had like a doctor come over, and because I've been basically chief note taker,
chief talk to doctors.
Yeah, every time a doctor comes by, I've been very forceful, like in terms of like what I need to know, what my mum needs to know, and then finally we got a doctor who was angry. he was angry because of the way that Mum's been treated, and
Good. Good. I bet
I
your mom loves that guy.
I agreed, yeah, and I was
Give me
like,
that other doctor, James.
I agreed, and yeah, so there's tomorrow we have a disciplinary meeting happening for the
Nice.
ward that involves my mum, and we should get more information about that.
Good.
We've been told some pretty dire news recently, but I don't want to go into that.
That's unfortunate. That's a
But
bummer.
yeah, but we're like, it's still like up in the air. So we're,
Sure.
yeah, Christmas is on break. We're not going to be having Christmas on Christmas Day. We're going to be waiting until a later date when Mum's well again, and New Year's might have to wait too for us at least.
To that end, talking about something, this is something that's near and dear to my heart. There's like recently a scuff up on Twitter, about a scuff up on Twitter. Yeah,
Ooh.
somebody was in a stream and was asked how they were doing, and then voiced that they said that their mom passed away, and then like this
and
dude
it was a typo, right?
I don't even know that it was a typo. I think her mom actually did though.
It was a typo, but her mum did die, but she typoed. She didn't mean to write it like that.
Oh.
And she said that later, but the guy, yeah, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, so like the guy harped on it for a solid 4.5 minutes of just like how you just never say that into a public space, and I do want to advocate that like, that's not how you talk to somebody who's going through grief. That's just a level of privilege that you just don't. That it's very evident that that person has never lost anything.
Yeah. The privilege is
loud
and clear.
You'd be like, this kind of thing where you're like, okay, thank you, sir, for pointing that out.
What?
It's funny. The other day, May was talking to some people from the FC about like how exhausting it is to be a woman. They're like, yeah, I know, playing a female character in game. It's like exactly, we get exactly how that is. And she's like, thank you, sir, for your cosign.
Jay will be Massachusetts. Listen, I've been on a warpath these past 2.5 weeks. Yeah, it's why I've not been very super active on everything, because I've been spending a lot of time at the hospital, and it's, I've been sitting there waiting, and like I've had to have like very 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 very
intense conversations that you shouldn't have to have.
Exactly, and it's like, and it's either with the doctor, or it's with nurse, or it's even with my mum, and it's like, and I'm not on my own. My sister's there too, but my sister works full time.
Yeah.
So she can't always be there, whereas I do have the time.
Right.
Yes, it's difficult.
Tell Zoe we miss her.
Hmm?
Tell Zoe we miss her.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, she wanted to make this weekend to the hospital, but she's had her boyfriend's kid over, and also she was pulling doubles all weekend.
Jesus Christ. That overtime, though.
Yeah. Christmas time.
Yeah, working retail blows.
Yarp. But I am seeing a friend got in contact with me today, local friend, and they said to me, how things go, and I don't put stuff on Facebook or whatever, so
sure.
I told them what's going on. And she said, "Do you want to meet up for a coffee sometime?" I said, "Well, the hostel has a Costa, and it's open until 2 a.m. So if you want to come over, we can hang at the hospital." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I only live 5 minutes away, so I'm gonna be hanging with a friend tomorrow."
That's nice. That's nice that a friend's gonna come sit in the hospital with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would sit in the hospital with you, James.
I know you would.
So,
very lonely.
Choji, by the way, said white chocolate is candle wax mixed with sugar. And then Sherry said, which white chocolate are you eating?
Yeah.
But it's
another
true.
example of
American white chocolate sucking.
Yeah. Like, man, white chocolate is so good. I reckon that, by the way, white chocolate is mainly, it's just fat.
Yeah, there's no cocoa in it. It's just,
it's a fat. It's a sweet fat, right? So, it just looks like chocolate. And it's prepared the same way, but it's like, yeah, it's not that. All right, I've done my first layer of flesh now. I'm now going to do my second thin coat.
Your second of 2 thin coats.
Exactly.
I'm working on my
Yeah.
second. I'm working on my first coat of my second color, and then I'm gonna go back over the other one, give it a few
Okay.
minutes to dry. Um,
Sorry for the noise.
the big secret is always be painting. Keep that brush moving, but also like, we're doing right now. You notice James and I are being really neat in our brush strokes. And just to highlight James, like look how cool that looks. Just with what James has done right now, that table looks dope on it. That mini right there looks dope on a table.
It really, yeah. I can't wait until I put the bones on.
Yeah, and it's gonna look
Like,
so good. And I kind of got the opposite thing going on in mine. Like, but mine's not even as good
yeah.
because I didn't dry brush mine first. Um,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
with you, all your setup and all your prep, it comes in like when you're doing your highlighting and when you're doing your tidying up, like it always comes together.
it always. I mean, and that's the thing is it'll always do it for everybody too. Like your stuff comes together really well. I was watching your progress on the Twitters with your ghosty boys that you painted.
Oh, did you like them?
I
I
did.
like. I can't get it. Even though my camera's really good on my phone, the fire one looks so good, like in front of me, but I can't quite get it right in pictures.
No, I hear
Like
you.
it was so fun to kind of do edge highlighting on those and mess with that. That's the one. I was saying I was doing a lot of mixing this week.
Yeah, that was the one you were doing it on.
That yeah, because I it was silly of me, but I only brought like 6 or 7 paints with me to the hospital. So I had to start doing some weird painting with Dawn Yellow, which was basically my white. It was like the
Yeah,
thing that was making everything
that's such a
lighter.
good color too.
Yeah,
Big,
it's a
bright.
it's a tasty color.
It's a tasty
Like
color.
it looks like you can nom it.
Don't nom your paints though. Like I get that they're
Don't I
non-toxic,
mean
but
you
like
could if you wanted
yeah,
to.
they're non-toxic technically speaking. But
Yeah.
please like don't nom your paints.
I was speaking to one of the nurses this week because they've been coming in and going, "Oh, what are you doing there?" Typical,
Mm.
boomer stuff. I was like, "Oh, I'm painting some miniatures, right?" And they'd be like, "Oh, please don't put that down our sink. So it's okay. It's water based. It's like it's literally non-toxic. I could drink this whole bottle and I'd be fine."
I mean, I bet you'd be fine. You'd probably be pretty upset,
I'd be upset because I just drank a whole bottle of Citadel paint.
right? It's more expensive than a fucking cup of coffee.
I said to my mum this week because I think she's looking like for stuff to buy for my birthday as well, and she was looking at all the paints while I was painting. She was like, "Oh, how much are these then?" She was doing that, parent thing, like
Yeah, like how much of these?
how much are these? And maybe I'll buy them. I was like, "Oh well, those ones are almost £5 a pot." But the bases, and and the layers are like just over £3. She went, "Oh, they're very expensive, aren't they?" I went, "Yep,
Yeah,
yeah, they are
yep.
expensive.
That's the point. That's the hobby mom.
That's why I buy one a week."
Yeah, you build up your
Oh,
collection. That's
yeah.
I mean how you do it. Um, or you say like sometimes I'll save up like and then buy a like when I bought the scale 75 metallics that I have, I just saved up and like used commission money to buy just like the whole set.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I will still advocate against taking commissions for mini painting.
Yeah, it's
It sucks.
it's not a good return, is it?
I mean, it can be if all you want to do is paint stuff for 8 hours a day and don't have a job.
Yeah, I suppose you start falling out of love with it,
You
like if you
do.
do
I
it for
mean,
that.
it started to feel like homework. It's funny. I had a
Yeah.
very similar interaction with somebody who wanted to use wanted me to 3D print stuff for them, and it got to a point where like they were like making asks that were way too much. I was like, you know what, here, just take the machine for the week, print your own
You did.
shit. Like here, now you can because there's work there, right? Like there's post processing, and that's part of it, and that part of it sucks.
Yep. God, this mini's cool.
It is so fucking cool.
There's so much detail.
Yeah, And it's all implicit in the model too, so it's not like you have to try very hard for it.
Yeah, it's a good mini. I think it's like there's. I think the last mini. Actually, there's been three top minis for me. There's this mini, the Elementals, and the. You remember the first Hobgoblins we did?
Yeah, those are fun.
Those two.
The ones that I thought were ghosts.
Yeah, because they have heads. Yeah, God. You haven't found those heads anywhere, have you?
No, they just not part of it.
Wow. Oh, they're ghosty boys now.
Yeah, they're ghosty boys now. Ghosty gobos.
Ghouls and goblins.
I will tell you this: between this game and the Resident Evil one, like opening up a board game and having all my minis be painted is pretty nice.
Yeah. Actually, when I was going through them this week to look for the mushroom and the hook horror, I took a step back because I was like, wow, we have actually painted a lot of these now.
Yeah.
It's still a lot to go, but
there's not that many left. Like there's basically just the big creatures.
yeah. I think we got
Um,
the PCs left, haven't we?
I mean, I don't know about you. I did PCs a while ago.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I'll do them then. I'll do them at hospital.
Um,
I have a 5 mil watercolor paint that's over £10. Oh, I know. Zoe, my sister Zoe, like every time we go to like the range or something, which is like a like arts and craft place here, she's looking at these paints and they're like fucking 10, £15 per tub.
yeah,
And
but
like,
no, the mini painters are expensive ones.
yeah.
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 I understand part of where that comes from though. Like an artist will be like, "Oh, that tube of 10 pounds will last me forever." But like so does mini painting. That's why you buy a bunch of different colors.
Yeah, especially if you look after them. Like I've been retubbing and like putting mine in like these dropper bottles and stuff, and they're lasting way longer.
Yeah.
Because I can control how much I need rather than with
Guessing.
Citadel. Every time I'm dipping my paintbrush in there, I'm losing a bit of paint because it's like going against the side or I bring too much
Evaporating.
out. Yeah.
Mhm.
Whereas with dropper bottles, I can just put a drop down and that's it. Done.
Yep,
You can
done.
make
Move
that
on.
last.
Next color.
Yeah.
And
Make
then
that last a very long time.
yeah, I actually only recently ran out of color for the first time. And it was one of the first colors I ever bought.
Oh.
Yeah, my Viejo Dead White.
Oh, I've just run out of Gene Stealer Purple.
I don't understand how
And
that happens.
I ran out because I James didn't know about thinning paints a very long time ago.
Oh
So
yeah.
so James used to use a lot of paint. I think there is like I think I got a mind flayer in my cupboard. Um,
Oh yeah, I
you would be
remember.
you would be ashamed. Like he's just completely covered in like the thickest Gene Stealer Purple.
Oh, I want to see it. I want to see it bad.
I also have I found her today. I have a succubus, who I also heavily painted, and I've also got a Drider, a big Drider, who I need to
I
dip.
do remember your Drider.
She's really thickly painted.
Did I just hear you say your Drider was thick?
Thick. My Drider is thick. Oh, did you see? Baldur's Gate 3's got Driders.
I did. I started a new playthrough.
It's like male Driders too.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I don't know what they're doing with that, but
I'm excited.
interested to find out.
I'm excited to find out. I started a new playthrough.
Ooh, what are you playing as?
I mean, do you really have to fucking guess?
I'll get chat. I need you to guess what Bergs is playing as in chat. Tell us what you think Bergs in chat.
Yeah.
Let's see how well you know Bergs.
This is how well do you know Burger Time?
Yeah. So how far are you?
What's that?
How far are you?
I just started.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably play it while I'm away for the next few days.
Yeah. Where you going?
I'm going to IA. I'm going to an office in the south to train
Oh,
for
the south.
the south.
That's done. To his bicep, his bulging bicep.
They're not that bulging.
Look at that guy's bicep. Look at that thing.
I guess
It's huge.
it's more sinewy than anything.
But no, that's a big old boulder. Look at that. That's like Chris Redfield RE5 bicep right there.
Is it an RE5 bicep?
I don't know why we went Westerner there, but
I don't know. I'm just following your lead here, James.
RE5 bicep.
It was an RE5 bicep. Oh, he's so strong. I can't believe it, Mr. Frodo.
Share the load.
Share the
load. I have a friend who, I don't know what it is about the way I say it. If he's sad and we're just like hanging out or whatever, I'll just whisper, "Share the load," and it will just cheer him up.
It's a good part. It's probably his favorite part of The Hobbit. Like he secretly hopes that somebody's going to say "share the load" with him.
Oh, we weren't saying you were saying that, Cheryl. We were saying like my mum was saying that earlier. That's Cheryl says I wasn't saying mini painting isn't expensive, by the way. It's just one of those knee-jerk things sometimes. Yeah, it's because my mum said they were expensive. That was amazing. Next streaming those voices.
I don't know that I can keep that voice up the whole time.
I could, but I want my partner in crime to be able to too, so I don't want to ruin their voice.
There's more that I don't know that I could keep the accent going. I don't know enough.
Right.
I don't know enough of the vernacular.
Right.
Yeah. Is one of my Australian accents as good as it is because I know a lot of the terminology.
Australian accent.
Australian
That's a pretty
accent.
good one.
It is a pretty good one. I'm very good at it. Yeah.
That's how you know it's Australian because you say "ye." You don't say "yes."
No, they don't say yes. I mean, they do say yes, but like it's not a formal occasion. It's not like we're going to court. It's not like we're in church or anything.
Honestly, probably because they're being sarcastic when they say
so sarcastic when they're saying stuff like
yes.
that. Yes.
And at least
yes,
watercolor react to it, so I don't have to worry about drying out. Yeah, this is why we use our water palettes. So we don't lose paint as well. Oh, good news, everybody. So I got these compression gloves that you can see.
Yeah.
I'm mainly using these because it's very cold here.
Your face is very cold.
Yeah, while I was wetting my palette today, I was using the knuckles of my hand with the compression gloves, and I was pressing down, and it's made the parchment paper to a consistency that I see every other painter using. So I just needed gloves to press down the paper, apparently. So now my paint actually lasts long on my wet palette, rather than drying about halfway through the painting process. Winning.
Hashtag.
Where did he go? Is it Charlie Sheen? Is that his name?
Yes, it was. That's his name. Where did he go? He probably is just being quiet somewhere.
Did he get poisoned by his own tiger blood and then disappear?
Not allowed to make fun of people's tiger blood.
Oh shit! Sorry. So the time I have had, by the way, this week, I've been putting like an hour into New World every now and then. Yeah. And I changed my build up in that game. I'm playing a Warhammer Great Axe build at the moment.
Are you?
And super fun.
You know what else is super fun?
What's that?
You are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can be fun. I've not been very fun recently, but I can be.
You have that potential.
I have the fun potential. Yeah, the financial.
Financial. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take financial.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
We'll take it.
Count it.
It's free. Yeah, it's like I was initially leveling up as a healer, and I was like trying to get my healer spec to a good point. Um, but and it can be done, and it's great sustainability, but it can become unfun because you have to prep yourself quite hard every time you fight something. You won't die, but you have to prep. Whereas with a fucking great axe and Warhammer, it's just
roll tide. Yeah.
just roll into stuff. Yeah. So yesterday I did some of the what they call trains, which takes me back to a long time ago. It's basically like big world boss strongholds that are full of elite mobs. And like upwards of like 60, 70 people go on these world raids basically. And I did my first train yesterday, and it brought me back to the days of Anarchy Online. Because we used to do that in Anarchy Online too, where you would just say, "Hey, we're doing Pandemonium. Whoever wants to come, get your ass here. We got a tank, we got healers. We just need damage dealers, And 100 people would fucking turn up.
Yeah, fuck that. That's so awesome.
Like that. It's so fucking cool. And I'm getting that feel again with New World. It's very fun. It's chaos, complete chaos. You're basically following one of like 3 or 4 tanks. And you just hope that you don't die because they're these huge mobs with hundreds of thousands of HP.
It sounds like Alliance raids in Final Fantasy. But
do they have it? They have a similar thing?
They're there's like world fates that spawn, and like they'll get like zones will cap out for these sometimes. But the nice thing about them is that they're just these giant fucking monstrous demon bosses. But no, Alliance raids are 24 players, and there's like a targeted mission of like 4 bosses.
Oh, it's like an instance?
Yeah, it's like a separate instance.
Okay.
Where you're going up against 24, like not against other 24, but like
similar then.
It's just a big Alliance raid. Yeah.
It's not instance. Like you can just in fact, I've done it several times by accident, especially when leveling up. I've accidentally walked into one of these strongholds, and then wondered why all the badges are gold. And when I hit these things, I do no damage, and when they hit me, they one-shot me, and I was like, what the fuck? Until later on I learned. The reason they have these world bosses, by the way, is because this game is built very much on kind of the daily... It's got a lot of daily stuff to do in it.
Yeah.
Or half-daily stuff. And, these strongholds, they have these chests that you open up, and everyone has their own unique loot, like in Final Fantasy XIV and Master Loot in World of Warcraft. And... no, it's not Master Loot. What's the one where you can just get your own gear?
It's just
I can't remember.
Like free loot.
Free loot, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like you just get your own loot, and but right now I'm on what's called the expertise grind, which I've spoken about before.
Yeah.
Which is trying to get. I've got my jewelry all up to 600 expertise. I got all my armor's up to 600 expertise, so those are the 2 hardest. Now I'm trying to get my weapon expertise up. Yeah, and I'm almost there with my Warhammer and my thing. And then I can go into dungeons now, but when I've got my weapons 600, I'm going to start doing mutated dungeons, which are like advanced dungeons.
Advanced dungeon
which also they change weekly.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Even like the lower dungeons. So like a dungeon that I think your first dungeon you go into is like level 40 or something.
Okay.
But even that can be mutated to be a level 60 dungeon.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, and each dungeon kind of drops specific things. So I think Tempest mainly drops armor. Genesis mainly drops weaponry and jewelry, and the others do other stuff too, like trade skills and shit.
Cool. That's cool shit, actually.
Right now, there's a drama. there's a drama in the game that I'm not a part of.
Damn.
But basically, on my server, the Syndicate, who is my faction, they used to own basically everything because the game, even though I haven't taken place in it, the game is very PvP focused.
Yeah, I did know
Um,
that.
yeah, and basically, if you like, you get these stations, and depending on how well your faction's doing with in the game, depends on how upgraded your stations were, so you can make stuff, craft things. Um, yeah, and for some reason, but one of the biggest guilds or organizations, or in this game is company, one of the biggest companies called Myths. Their leaders dumped all their gold that they had and all their rare shit to various alts and then disbanded the company. And it was the biggest company on the server. So now the other two factions, yellows and green, I can't remember, the Crusaders and
Whatever.
Marauders, I think they're called. They're basically scrambling to get all this shit. So like the global chat is always full of trash talk. It's fantastic.
Oh, I love that. I love that a lot, actually.
Yeah, I remember like someone PM me because I didn't realize this, but Great Axe is like meta in PvP right now, and I'm sitting there and just like having a whale of a time, beating the shit out of PvE folks, and there's this big war happening or incoming, and someone PMs me after they see me in Brimstone, which is the new area, and they're like, "Why are you not joining the war? You need to join the war." I don't PvP. It's like, why are you playing New World? You don't PvP. I was like, I just like killing armadillos, man. Leave me alone.
And just bye. Have fun storming the castle.
I probably will someday, but I don't think I know enough about the game yet.
I feel that. I like to PvP in Final Fantasy, but I know a lot of people don't.
I used to watch my friend Aaron play PvP in FF14, and it looked really fun.
It is super fun.
Yeah, healers were. I remember healers being quite important.
They are. I mean, yes, there's fewer heals now than there used to be. Like now, you get basically one. Um, it's so crazy how they changed PvP in this new patch. They took out half of everybody's moves.
And this is new stuff.
Yeah, this is with the new expansion. Like when they re-upped PvP, everybody's
That
like
sucks.
they kind of. I mean, it's fine. It's different. They wanted it to be more arcadey, and it is.
Oh, okay.
Um, so like it's yeah, kind of it sucks, but also kind of probably is for the good of the game that they did it.
Hmm.
Ultimately speaking.
Listened to a lot of Paramore this week too.
Why?
I like their new stuff. It's pretty good. It's like they've grown up. Like it's like I do like their old stuff too, but it was kind of a bit.
It's like listening to Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, but their new stuff is pretty good. It's nice.
It's exciting. I'm glad to hear that.
Also, I've been watching a lot of videos and TikToks of Hayley Williams actually doing tours, and man, I would love to see that woman sing. I don't like concerts, but I don't know how she makes her voice do the things it do, but
Skill, practice.
yeah.
You ever get the impression sometimes that these minis weren't designed to be painted?
Why?
Just because some parts are like hard to get to.
There's a bit that's underneath the armpit of this guy on his right arm that I can't get to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I see it.
But I've given up on trying to get it because if I can't see it and I can't get to it, then other people aren't going to either. Like they're not going to see it.
Exactly.
Did I?
Except for me, I'm gonna turn it upside down and look for that spot.
There's also. Have you seen the Three Wolves? The Wolf Pack?
The three wolf meme shirt?
No, the mini for this.
No.
There's a wolf pack of three on one base, and one of my wolves have just fallen off. But I'm not sure how you're meant to get underneath these wolves.
That's funny.
I just don't know how you're meant to get underneath them.
Magic.
I guess. Yeah. Oh god, I can't remember if I did his. That looks pretty translucent. So I'm good. Good with that. All right. I have been spending my time on this one, and we're
Argentina
like,
just won the World Cup.
who did?
Argentina.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, on penalties.
God, football's boring, isn't it? God, football's so fucking boring. Man, it always goes to fucking penalties.
It was 3-3.
Yeah, but it always goes to penalties. Like, it's always
true.
like fucking, like, it's just so boring because penalties are 50-50 in my opinion.
Right.
In football.
You'll either get it or you won't.
Yeah, it's like smiting Baron in League of Legends. Like, when another jungler's nearby, you either get it or you don't get it. Like,
Right.
there is no. My cat is yelling.
Hi, Rowan.
She
Rowan
meowed.
is such a good cat.
She's a great cat. One of the best.
If not the best.
I got her a rubber glove recently so that I can groom her. Because she's old cat and she can't groom herself. And I've never heard that cat be so quiet.
So funny.
Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna put bone on this thing. I'm so excited.
Put your bone down.
I'm gonna put my bone down.
You're gonna bone down now?
Boner!
Wow. Wow.
Rowan does not agree. She is vehemently disagreeing right now.
Rowan.
Ooh.
I'm tired of your shit, Rowan.
Very good cat, Rowan, but
Get your shit together.
stop being a piece of shit, yeah.
Really, really, Rowan, it's embarrassing to all of us that you
You're
behave
embarrassing
this way.
all of us right now. I'm streaming right now.
I can't believe it. I can't believe Rowan, James.
I was going to go really dark then, but no. Whoa.
Dialed it back.
I'm going to dial it back because of recent Twitters. Yep. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's a piece of shit.
Is it because Rowan's like talking? Who's going to annoy James when I'm gone? Is what she's asking herself.
Exactly.
Did you hear that, Scott? You hear the father? You heard your father's asking who's going to take over the world when I'm gone.
What's that? What's that?
That's from Austin Powers.
Oh man, yeah. Fuck. How did I not know that? I'm a terrible Brit. Holy
He's
shit.
not even British. Mike Myers is an American actor.
Yeah, but he pretends to be British, and like a lot of people try to kind of, go, "That's a British film, that." Because it's got Michael Caine in it.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. You trusted me and I failed you, Master Bruce. Master Bruce.
Master Bruce.
Master Bruce. I'm not an asshole every day, I promise. I'm really a nice
The line.
A mine?
A mine. I did say I said line, but yeah.
Did you see that they're doing a new Return to Moria game?
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in it.
I mean, Lord of the Rings Open World Survival Craft.
Yeah.
On the heels of a Dune Open World Survival Craft.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I am very excited about Dune. I don't know much about this Lord of the Rings one yet. I'm like, how are they going to do it? Like, are they going to do it? Like, is it going to be
I think it's in
an
the fourth
ARPG
age.
or?
I think it's a open world survival craft set in the fourth age. So it's like after the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fourth age. All right.
So it's like a return to like the first post War of the Ring thing.
I like that.
And we all know that Gandalf took care of the Balrog that was down there, so it's not like there's anything else to be afraid of.
Metro, it sounded like you said my cocaine. That's the joke.
That's the joke, yeah.
That's the joke. Like
It,
when you say my cocaine, it sounds
my
like you're
cocaine.
saying Michael Caine in British. That's the joke.
That's how you say it.
I'm just going to explain the joke to you.
Why the joke is funny.
Yeah.
That's otherwise you don't get it. Otherwise people don't get it.
Exactly. They don't get it, and
Have
then
fun,
everybody's
Sherry.
embarrassed.
For you specifically, for not understanding the joke. And then, like,
Actually, Sherry.
kind of like, fuck us for having to go ahead and stop and explain it to everybody.
Yeah, geez, Netro. Thanks.
Jeez, Netro. Just kidding, Netro. Don't change.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Oh, damn. James is a harsh mistress.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I am. I've been watching Watch Talk this week on TikTok.
What the fuck is Watch Talk?
It is. So there is a place in New York City called 47th Street.
Okay.
And on 47th
There's
Street,
probably
there are
lots
a lot
of places on 47th Street.
On 47th Street, there are a lot of very rich people that buy and sell watches to each other.
Weird.
They're dealers and they have customers, but they mostly just buy and sell watches to each other, and it is fascinating to watch them deal because they've been friends for like decades, and they will sit there and they will f and blind each other, but then afterwards they'll say mazal as the deal. That's what you say when the deal is done. Then they'll shake hands, and then they're best buds again. You know, there's one guy called John Buckley who he'll go up to like a batch of watches like that he's being offered, and you go, all right, how much are these $36,000 watches? And you know, the dealer will always tend to say, well, they're not 36. I'm asking 42,000. He's like, I see how it is. I want to go up to 38,000. That's as far as I'm going. 39 and a half. I am going to 38.7. That's as far as I'm going.
Yeah, I like this guy.
It's great watching them. It really is. Also, they start doing like kind of educational TikToks on like what to look out for with fakes and stuff.
That's pretty cool. I'm glad that they're doing that.
Yeah, because fakes are real. Because they mainly deal in Rolexes and Omegas.
Right. Very expensive, fancy watches.
Exactly, or like, you know, one-offs. Like I think John just bought from the actual Rolex Geneva estate a one-of-a-kind Rolex for like $125,000.
That's a lot of money to spend on watches.
It looks pretty, but at the same time, just like a regular person like myself, if I looked at the watch, I go, oh yeah, that's a nice watch. Yeah, but I wouldn't say, wow, that's $125,000 watch. Look at that watch on your wrist.
I need that $125,000 watch. You don't understand.
In honor of the stream, I just named the Ninkada I caught in Omega Rubli my cocaine.
Mike O'Kane.
Cocaine wasn't allowed. That's funny. Yeah, and like because I was introduced by John Buckley, now like the algorithm has gone, I got you now, buddy, and it's like recommending a bunch of 47th Street dealers, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. This is great because they're all kind of very similar.
All New York people.
The thing is that they're all really rich, but they're all wearing like NY like woolly like hats that don't fit their heads and like raincoats that look about 25 years old, and
That's
like
how do you think old rich people stay old and rich?
That's true. They don't spend their money. It's fascinating though. It really is like fascinating stuff. They're even starting to teach people like how to get into it. There's this young guy called Vukum who is a dealer. It's like a prodigy of this place, and someone asked him recently, "I want to get into watch dealing. What would be a good starter watch?" And this guy just goes through like a full 3-minute video of what you should start with if you've got like $5,000 or $3,000 or $2,000, right? And what watches to get and what watches everybody else is going to be kind of looking out for. Very interesting. I would watch it, folks, if you are kind of interested in that kind of stuff. I mean, I didn't think I was going to be interested in it, but
I don't have a TikTok, so
yeah. You don't tick the talk.
I don't tick the talk. I get my algorithmically generated content from YouTube or Reddit. Like if it
They're
gets
two very safe social medias. They're very. Yeah, they got no problems at all. Though I am thinking, I put it on Twitter this week, I am thinking of actually switching over in the new year to YouTube from Twitch.
Nice.
Because Twitch.
Yeah, right now they can say they have the audience, but it looks like a lot of people are making the switch over.
Yeah, because people are just getting paid more and they're being treated better. And the discoverability is better as well.
How do we get some of that?
It's a better platform. Like Twitch has been very comfortable, right? And I think that's why it's gotten so bad. Because they got comfortable with being the only streaming site, but YouTube has come along and said, "Nope,
dial it back."
Yeah, we are also a multi-million-dollar company.
Here we go. That'll be how we do this. This will be fine.
Everyone chat doing right now, by the way.
Yeah, how is everybody doing in chat right now, by the way?
Oh, Shoji, you're playing Omega Ruby.
Yeah, I don't have the new Pokemon game.
Sames.
I don't poke the mons.
There's just too many of them now.
I just can't keep
This
up.
is
It's just
exactly
too many Pokemon.
Too many Pokemon. It's over 1,000 of them now. You can't expect me to keep up. Like, with all them Pokemons.
With all them Pokemons. I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, like, Ash Ketchum is not even part of it now. He's done his thing. He's beat the world.
He's become the world master. He is now the very best.
Yeah, that ever was. So, I mean, what's the even point in
he's very
playing?
Like no one ever was.
Exactly.
You know, you say his task was to catch them.
And he did that.
And his cause was the training. Is the training part.
Yeah. What I want to see... what I want to see is a 47th Street style documentary, but with Pokemon.
Is it like Pokemon breeders and shit talking about it?
Yeah, they're just like, all right, how much is this $47,000?
What are the IVs on? What are the IVs on it? What are the IVs on it?
Yeah. I got top dollar, triple S tier IVs for you. What do you think?
I don't know. I gotta see a performing combat. What are the combat numbers? What's his move set? You want me to pay $35,000 for a fucking Pikachu that doesn't even have Thunder Wave? I'm not doing it. This is a bad deal.
Listen. You see here, fella. Like you just gotta take it. You know, you just gotta train it. You gotta put a little bit of work in it. You know, you gotta just do the work. Put the effort in.
I'm buying a used Pikachu from you. I shouldn't have to be expected to handle some basic training.
Listen, I got the cards. I got the box. You gotta take it. Like, I got a customer down the street, and they're gonna take it.
You know what? Take it to the other customer. Take it away. Go. Just fucking go. You beat ass Pikachu.
Alrighty, you sure?
Yeah, go.
You're definitely
You,
sure.
you gonna come down a bit? You gonna come down a bit?
I gotta buy my lunch. Yeah, I gotta buy my lunch. So are you sure?
James, you're wearing a $47,000 watch.
We're talking about watches. What? That's a different thing.
Right, but you shouldn't have to say you have to buy lunch. We're establishing that we're independently
All right,
wealthy.
I love you. I'm gonna go.
Bye. I hope you enjoy yourself.
That's pretty much what happens in these TikToks. But yeah, I would definitely watch.
I know how New Yorkers do.
I would definitely watch that documentary though. Oh, I think I went a bit too thick on this.
I have that problem all the time.
Actually, Journey ending is really bittersweet. I haven't watched the anime for many, many years. This surreal that part of my child is going away. What do you mean? It went away in 1999. Like, when the first season ended.
What's that?
Pokemon's. I'm kidding. No, I get you. I understand. I'm not. I also cried at Pokemon Movie 2000. But then he just wouldn't die, so then I just didn't get sad anymore.
Yep.
Because Pikachu fucking cried, or all the Pokemons in the universe cried, and then it just he gained the Pokemon plot armor, and then it just wasn't fun anymore.
Right.
I mean, it's not meant to be fun.
I don't want to enjoy a storyline if there's no consequences to anything.
Exactly. Ever. Where's my risk? Where's the risk?
The risk. The rings. It's a funny episode of that show we should watch sometime.
Okay.
We do a bit about it's Frodo and Samwise Gamgee and the mushrooms hidden at the same time. Because they're doing mushrooms in the premise of the sketch. Mm-hmm. And they hit at the same time, so they just start tripping balls.
No, it showed you. I was kidding. I took it back. But it's like, I mean, maybe because it's just because I've become a little bit jaded with plot lines.
Old curmudgeon.
Right. But, really hard to immerse yourself in a story that just has so much plot armor.
I mean, it's part of the reason that I will never get into One Piece.
Right. Yeah.
That and the people who are super duper 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 into One Piece are exhausting.
Oh my god, it's actually alarming.
It's like, hey, I like this new anime. Yeah, but have you seen One Piece? And it's like, yeah. I mean, yeah, a couple times. It's just not my jam. Then you probably didn't watch the right One Piece.
Yeah, you should watch the first 13 episodes.
Just watch the first 25 episodes of One Piece. It's just a short 16 to 25 hours. Then you'll love it. Then you'll love it.
I'm glad they're done with that kid. It makes me sick that he hasn't aged at all. And him and I were both 10 at the same time, and he's still 10.
Oh, I didn't know that you were. See, you're not one of those people that I know to be super into One Piece.
No, if you were one of those people, Shoji,
we'd know about it. There wouldn't be a question. I wouldn't have made that joke in your presence.
Yeah, no. I used to know one of those people. So, yeah. Because it wasn't a fucking time in the day that they wouldn't talk about it, even though it's clear that I was never going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm just talking about this new episode of One Piece that just came out.
Oh, what? I went down to, it's actually my friend's house, the friend I was talking about today, actually. I went down to her house and I was speaking to a friend of mine, Christian, and we started talking about anime, and he started talking about One Piece, and then somebody else just popped out of the fucking woodwork from nowhere. I just went, One Piece? It's like I didn't even know they were there.
Just literally appeared.
They come over and they say to me, oh yeah, I said I don't really have time to watch over 1,000 episodes of anime. Right? Oh no! You don't need to do that. You just need to watch episode 826.
It's a complete recap. It's 2 hours long.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, yeah, I will. Yeah, I
Sure,
definitely will.
sure, whatever, friend. Let's just move on.
No, I was saying to them like that I recently, and when I say recently, I mean about 2 years ago, I caught up on all of Dragon Ball, right? And it took me 6 months to do that.
That's a long
A
time.
Dragon Ball without Dragon Ball GT is like 250 something episodes. That's basically Dragon Ball Kai, Dragon Ball Z Kai, and Dragon Ball Super, and the movies. Yeah, it took me a long time. So for me to like watch One Piece from episode 825 or whatever the fuck, it would take time, a long time. I think the biggest thing with One Piece viewers, the biggest thing is like they talk about it's anti-establishment basically.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
about
so
basically fighting back against
anti-establishment that it's the establishment.
right because yeah, I'm sure One Piece doesn't make a lot of money.
Oh, it makes the most money.
Exactly, it's very anti-establishment though.
Yeah, you don't understand it. You just need to.
You just don't understand.
It's
One Piece
a.
is trash. I said it for everyone. I'll take the hate for saying it.
I think we should probably stop talking about One Tree being trash. I do know that somebody in the chat has already expressed a love for the show.
They have, yeah.
So I will not say it is trash. I will say it is not my jam. Um,
Yeah, I won't say it's trash because I've not watched it.
yes, I will say
But
that of the fans I know of the show, Choji is the best.
it is it's intimidating. It's like, I mean, let's go back. It's like Warhammer. Warhammer is intimidating.
It super
Like
is, yeah. I
like
I
like
I actively tell people not to play it, and they play it anyway.
like me with League. Like me with League. Like I often tell people, yeah, you shouldn't play League. Why don't you tell me you play League of Legends? Why would I tell you about League of
Why would
Legends?
I play? Why would I admit to that?
Like I'm okay with telling you, but like I don't like I know what it did to me, you know?
So here we
Why would I
go.
admit that?
How cool does this look, huh, James?
We got any Bleach fans?
I do like Bleach. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh, I'll wait for it to catch up in about 20 seconds. Oh, do you know what he looks like?
What's
He
that?
looks like a Krogan with that
Does
color scheme.
does look kind of like a Krogan.
I did the math a few months ago, and if you watch 3 episodes of One Piece a day, you can catch up in exactly 1 year. Yeah, fuck that.
It's too much. I got too much time on my hands.
Fuck that. That's so much time. This is why, if I'm gonna watch an anime, I want to watch a 12 to 24 episode anime that only has like maybe 5 seasons.
Like Spy Family.
Right, and that is like maximum for me. Well, like Attack on Titan or Fullmetal Alchemist, same thing. Spy Family is 1 season right now, right?
Yeah, it just got approved for season 2.
Oh, let's go. Do you think he's got a bony tail? Do you think he's got a fleshy tail? Hello?
Is that? I think he's got a fleshy tail. Yeah, I think your tail looks good.
Yeah. I will fill it in because I didn't really fill it in properly. It's weird that all of Bleach is on Disney Plus with the new episodes possibly on it too. Oh, sweet. My problem with One Piece, says Netro, is that it was meant to end years ago. Even Oda has had the ending done for years, but chose to keep adding to it. Oh God! Really? Really? There's actually an ending to One Piece? Or do you think Oda just said that to keep everybody, interested? Because that would be a great business decision, Say, oh yeah, I have the ending, but you just love One Piece so much, so I'm just gonna keep making One Piece for you. as a fan of One Piece, good God, don't do it. Yeah, it's hard. Like, and the thing is, it's got like a really bad. What's that thing that the term MMOs use a lot? Retaining. It's got really bad retaining number.
Yeah.
Right, because I imagine One Piece loses more viewers and readers than it gains every year.
Well, yeah, because people are moving on to other stuff.
Yeah, it's just like again, like there's the intimidation factor of it. Oh, God, where does your bone plate end, sir? All right, I'm gonna have to use. Oh shit. I need a light.
Need a light.
Need a light. I know that one. Jim Raynor.
No, it was not Jim Raynor, sir. It was a fire bat.
That was a fire bat.
Yeah. Jim Raynor was not a fire bat. Notably not a fire
Jim
bat.
Raynor was not a fire bat.
Notably.
Might be.
He was a
Yeah.
vulture or a marine.
Never both.
Never both at the same time. Right on. That's what he would say if he was a vulture.
Yeah, he used to say, "Keep on rolling, baby."
He'd be like, "This is Jimmy." Right on.
This is Jimmy.
This is Jimmy.
He meant to have ended a year ago and has kept coming back. That's fair. I think I was in the I think I was in the minority. Like, I really like Dragon Ball Super. There were bits I disliked about it, like I disliked about Dragon Ball Z, for instance. Like I really didn't see how the plant people that were full of love was a good addition to that. But
If you can't
and then
see
also
that, James, then
the fact
I can't
that
help you.
also the fact that Krillin, right, was dumpstered after having like a little time for himself. And then there's the big misstep of the entire thing, which was Gohan having a fucking episode to himself where he learns a completely new like way to fight, like, and new like energy like blasts and like how to get his powers from and everything, and it was just completely forgotten about, and then he got dumpstered.
Dumpstered? Somebody just like trashed him and he never fought again?
Yeah, like he just lost. Like after discovering this new like energy that he found, it was so fucking weird. But you know, we should be used to it by now because they fucking love dumpstering on Gohan.
I like Gohan.
Gohan is a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He deserves
his
more.
best.
He just has a shit dad.
I don't know. It just looks good. It does look good. Wait until well, so next week we're gonna get into washes and highlights, and we're going to continue working on our plates.
We have to do a second coat.
Yeah,
Plates on this guy.
Taking this project slow. We're slow rolling it. You know, we do a whole lot of like rushing to the end of these things when we're doing the stream, just to try to get, like, TBH. This is the fun part of the hobby for me, is like painting monsters and stuff. And this is actually a really cool one, I thought, because it reminded me of Tyranids. It was a good demonstrator of just like tightening up our lines. Because we're not doing a lot of shading just yet, we're just blocking in all of our primary colors. If we mess up, we can go back over it and adjust our lines. I'm kind of doing here a bit. Just clean.
But I like Rakar flesh, but it does need several coats.
It's a pale color. It is.
It look good, yeah.
I'm not going to argue that. I absolutely agree. Like, hard agree.
The movie Superhero gives both Gohan and Piccolo the spotlight. Oh, I've not watched it yet, actually.
I do like Piccolo too.
Piccolo is king.
He is king. That's like literally the whole point.
Yeah. He's a good man.
I mean, not really.
Again,
That's
better than his
also
dad.
the point is that he's not a good person because he was the bad guy at the end of Dragon Balls.
See, that was like so fucking cool. Like, because he was the first. Because that happens a lot
Yeah, talk about
in
a face
Dragon Ball.
turn. Yeah,
Like, but he was the first, and it was like so cool because he could have won. Like he was so strong. Wait, fifth suggestion, Great Pretender. Wait, what? What are we talking about? Oh, I have 4 interesting anime on Netflix to try. Komi Can't Communicate, Tiger and Bunny, Dorohedoro, and Super Crooks, and Great Pretender. Is it you who likes Dorohedoro, Bugs?
I have seen Dohedora, if that's the one I think it is.
It's the one with the like the lizard man in it.
Yeah, I just watched Violet Evergarden.
Oh, are you okay?
I'm fine. I don't cry during TV shows.
No,
I don't have that emotional capacity.
I do.
But that was so sad. Like when she found out what happened.
Yeah.
Like you just see her fucking soul break.
Have you
I
seen
did.
Your Name?
I have not.
That's a movie.
I'm aware of it.
A good one.
You're a good one.
So I went to the cinema to see that.
Did you really?
Yeah, the first anime I went to the cinema to see, and
I can't
I
tell
went with,
you.
I went to I went with a bunch of my friends, and my friend Danny was next to me, and we got to about halfway through the movie, and we both turned to each other, and our eyes were full of tears, and we just like collapsed into each other's arms. We're like, no, fucking crying in the cinema. I didn't think that could ever happen. Another one is A Silent Voice, which I have a tattoo of. It's a top 3 anime for me. And also, I never, when whether it be anime or whatever, there's a piece of media that kind of describes you. Like there'll be a character that's very similar to you, and you can
Yeah.
connect to it more because of that, or you've known somebody who's like that, so you can connect to it more.
Oh, totally.
There's a character in A Silent Voice that is very much like me in terms of how they approach things,
That's fun.
which is yeah. Even though she doesn't look like me, like, she doesn't have mannerisms like me, but in the way her brain works and the way she deals with conflict and resolution is very
Totally.
similar. Yeah.
So the other nice thing about us having not done a whole bunch of shading today, and while we're just painting over stuff and blocking stuff in, is as we progress on this model, we continue to build up our coats, build up our layers, build up our colors. We can see parts where we might have missed, and just go in and clean those up with our other colors, which is what I'm in the process of doing now. James is being much neater than I am.
I am. Yeah, I'm being quite neat. I really don't want to go over.
And that's fine. There's there's just all methods, right? The goal is to just go at our pace, keep the vibes chill, and again, just like this, the focus on this whole one was just being neat. My process is thinner layers, like much thinner layers, but like high pigmented. Um,
Can I ask for a suggestion
Hit
about
me.
something?
What do you got?
So because I'm going to be traveling a lot, to and fro the hospital over this New Year's, Christmas and New Year's, I do want to like paint stuff.
Sure.
I can't find anything online that lets me transport paint in a good way. And when I say a good way, I mean in a vertical way. Every single case I find, paint, like the way that it's transported is paint is transported when it's lying down, and that is not a great way to carry paint.
Absolutely.
Even like official paint cases. So could you think of like a suggestion for anything for that?
I mean,
To
honestly, I carry a little
Eric?
toolbox around,
Okay.
and then just set them in the top part of the toolbox, face up, and they might bump around, but then that leaves your little doodads available. So like stuff like that, tackle box, like a fishing tackle box. Um,
Okay. Yeah, I've got one of those.
Ziploc baggies, James. Ziploc baggies.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose paint as well, you
I
know.
completely hear you.
Because
Traveling with paint sucks.
I was like I was traveling around with my mini box, the box I used to when I used to carry around my minis to Sanctuary. I used a mini box, and I was carrying it around in that, and quite a bit of the bronze Duncan Rhodes paint got out somehow.
No.
It's not all gone. It's not all gone. It's there is quite a bit left of it.
It still
But
sucks.
it still sucks, yeah. And I was like, oh man, I need a better way to transport this paint.
I hear you. I hear you. So here's where we're gonna end the show today.
Oh really?
It's 2 o'clock.
Oh shit.
See, you get into the vibe. See how
We started a little bit late, didn't we? We can go on a little bit longer,
we can
can't
go.
we?
We can go on a little bit longer, James.
Can't we?
Can't we? It's okay. I'll tell May to wait.
Oh yes, it's my fault.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. I'm fine.
Oh shit, I went over the line.
She's probably doing something anyway. Mama's been making friends in Final Fantasy.
I'm glad she's enjoying it.
I am too.
Yeah.
She laments frequently not having a British friend to play with, but like, what are you
I'm
gonna do?
sorry. I'm sorry. If only the game was a one-time payment.
I mean,
I would
if
be
only
on it.
somebody would let somebody else pay for stuff.
I know I'm being stubborn, but you know where I stand.
I do know where you stand, James. I just don't like it.
Come play New World with me. What the fuck? What was that noise? Did you hear that?
Yeah. That was me going,
Oh no, it was a massive bang.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Probably a ghost. Oh well.
I've never once had a massive bang.
You've never once had a bang?
Yes, James.
You never once done a bang?
Never once done a bang.
Okay.
Nope. Never one time.
Never would.
Never would.
You're a good Christian gentle them.
I am good Christian gentle days. Yeah.
You're married now. You can do that. You know that, right?
What's that? I can bang?
Yeah, you can bang. You're married.
Oh shit, really? I didn't know that was
Yeah.
allowed.
Holy shit, man.
Quietly sweats because I don't know what bang means.
You do, right?
I do, yeah.
Right. Come on.
I have done it many times.
Just so you know,
Just so you know.
I have done it many times.
I have, in fact, banged.
I have. I put a tweet up yesterday saying, it was like, you know, when you just have stupid thoughts. I don't know if you do, but I have stupid thoughts when I'm trying to sleep. It's like, I put up a tweet saying, just so you all know how fucking attractive I am, when I take ice cubes out of the tray, I always refill it.
Wow. For me, there's I don't have to worry about it anymore because I have an ice machine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a flex.
Where do you store your ice? Say if
inside the ice
use too
machine.
much.
Like it literally just creates it on command.
Yeah, but where do you store it? Like,
There's like
if you get too much of it, do you just like?
It just doesn't create too much, James. It's impossible for it to.
I don't know about that.
It doesn't
about that at all.
It doesn't have the capacity to create too much.
Oh man,
and
I would never trust the machine to take over my ice cubing duties.
Damn, do you know what's nice? You know what's really nice is like I also got a function on my fridge that has a little spigot, like a little spigot that shoots water out of the door when I put a glass next to it.
It shoots water out the door?
When I put a glass next to it, yeah.
You mean a dispenser?
Yeah, I have a water dispenser in my fridge.
Man, they're really like hard to make in Minecraft.
I don't know. I've never played Minecraft.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
I've literally only played Minecraft like once or twice.
Okay, okay. So you have played it.
Yeah, so like I used to have a friend who had a kid whose name was Ben,
I feel for them.
and Ben used to be like super into Minecraft, and we would go to Magic Night at Jason's house, and I would try to like because the way Magic works when you're playing competitive Magic with friends who play competitive Magic, um, it's
You
just
go,
like
how much is this $35,000 deck worth?
yeah, exactly. But there's also a certain amount of I'm trying to think of the right word here. Uh, like boredom because like you get out of the game, you're out of the game. So like go try to connect with this kid on Minecraft, and I was like, hey, yeah, I tried Minecraft because a friend had a beta act key, and I installed it and played it for a bit, and I was like, oh, I did this. I showed him a picture of my house. He goes, oh god, that house, like you probably shouldn't have built your house that way. It's a really bad house.
Oh,
And I was
shit.
like, okay, cool, thanks,
What?
Ben. Cries quietly. Um,
What?
yeah.
No, you play Minecraft with me. Have a good time.
Um, and then Ben goes, you guys like, oh, then I found some diamonds. He goes, oh, you found diamonds? What'd you do with them? I'm like, I made a sword. And he goes, oh,
You didn't make a pickaxe?
he's literally said you probably shouldn't have done that first. You probably should. And I was like, okay. Cries deeply inside.
No, I love. Oh man, having new players playing Minecraft is so fun. It's so fun. And honestly, I play it like every couple years. I'll end up just playing it. And it feels like I'm playing it new anyway. Like it's, I'll completely forget how to do everything.
Right.
Oh, you've colored the. Oh no, you haven't.
What's that? What?
I'm thinking of whether I should color the claws a different color.
No. Same color claws. Oh, yeah. I did the top part. I don't know what I'm doing with the rest of those yet. I'm not there yet. I'm just getting the rest of my colors tightened up.
No, I like that. I like the contrast between them both.
Because the mission is high contrast. I was trying to think of another way to add more contrast to this model, and a third color would be good for that. So we'll see what happens. I might do it darker.
Yeah.
I might.
Let's have a look at the. Where's the card? Oh, it's in the kitchen.
You want to go get your card real quick?
Yeah.
While James is gone, we're gonna do his outro. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us today.
Oh, it's like a light brown. It's like a skeleton horde-ish color.
Well,
Hang
mine's
on.
a
Headphones on.
mine's a xenomorph.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Mine is a Tyranid.
Turnid.
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 Mine's an alternate Tyrannid.
I mean, they're all Tyranids, right? So you didn't even show the picture of the card on the camera.
Mm-hmm. All right. So it's like a light brown. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can. So it is a different color.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Whereas everything else is like, yeah, the base of they kind of blend actually from the fleshy tones.
I'm gonna do synthwave.
Synthwave.
4D glasses on my claws. That's what I'm gonna do with my last 5 minutes.
Have you watched the new Avatar yet?
No, have you?
No.
I
Are you interested in it?
I mean, if I can watch it at home, without having to go somewhere, maybe. But I'm not paying actual money to go see another James Cameron film that I'm not gonna remember seeing in 2 years.
Yeah. It's turned into a bit of a piece of shit, like all the old directors are doing it for some reason.
That said, I did recently watch Wednesday with May.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
And we have been really enjoying that. That is quite fantastic.
I'm on episode 6 now, I think. Where are you up to?
We're farther than that. I think we Which one was episode 6?
She meets Uncle Fester.
That's the episode we just watched, actually. So yeah, we just finished that
Oh,
one.
nice.
So we're in the same area, James. It's so exciting.
Hey, let's go.
I like it a lot, actually. I think it's really cool, and I think it's funny how hard they tried to make Christina Ricci not look like here's a frumpy outfit with clunky shoes.
You're a plant mom.
You're a plant mom. You don't get to be like redhead, bad wig, like giant glasses for your face. You're not getting recognized. Great. You're not getting recognized at all.
I also love how like Jenny Ortega has just become Wednesday.
Yeah,
like it's kind of fascinating. Like watching her, I was thinking about like when I was watching it today before the stream, eating my dinner. I was like, that even in just her walking, just the way she walks is very
totally
Wednesday. Like it's so cool.
I appreciated that they gave Eugene moms.
Huh?
Like Eugene, he has moms. Like it was a nice like bit of representation.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love when shows do that. They just don't make it a big deal.
Right.
You know, it's just like here they are because this is fucking normal.
Yeah, it's just his parents.
And yeah, that's what I liked about the Resident Evil Netflix show as well.
Oh, totally.
I did that. And then I noticed on their Wikipedia that they just oh god, I can't remember it. Evelyn. Was it Evelyn?
Yeah,
Evelyn?
It was Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn, like they on the Wikipedia page it said Evelyn and her wife. And I made a tweet saying, she has a name. Maybe put the name for some representation here, since this is the first time we've ever seen a lesbian couple in Resident Evil media. Like, and then I'm not kidding, within a couple hours, they changed it.
That's cool. It's good that they fixed it when you called them out, James.
Yeah, yeah, fuck. Fucking SJW boner right now.
Yeah,
let's go.
We did it. We did it, everybody.
I did it. Me.
James did it specifically.
I did it.
Don't get it twisted.
Let's not get this mixed up.
Don't get it twisted. Yeah. James is the responsible for this. Yo, look how cool my claws look, James.
Oh, I love the black. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go for a really light brown. Not like Rakarth Flesh, but more like a this woodland kind of brown here. This color. Because I was thinking about Skeleton Horde. And that's very similar to that color, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. So we are now at exactly the amount of time that we restarted late, and I do have to go get grocery shopping done.
Okay.
So James and I are gonna work on this project again next week. We're gonna pick up right where we left off. More again, tightening up our details. We're gonna start probably working on some highlighting, maybe do some watch theory. James and I'll discuss throughout the week, like we didn't do this week, and actually talk about like what we're gonna do and like do some planning and stuff. Like we didn't do this week.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that now. Not now, but like we're gonna do that
right now.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Again, I want to thank everybody who's watching in the chat. Thank you to Musa James, Netra32, Cruise Ship Choji, and Sherry Bryant Arts for joining us today. We wouldn't be doing this unless y'all kept watching. Thank you for all of us here at First Aid Spray. Again, I am Burger. Joining me is James. Who's not going to say anything?
Okay, I didn't know if we have. Bye, everybody.
No, so say to James. Goodbye. We have been Itchy Penny. Y'all have been great, and thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Love you.
Love you. Love you.
That's so cool. We're so cool.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, we're so cool.
I'm really chill right now.
I'm really chill. You're just gonna vibe.